All right,
You ready?
You ready to eat your Wheaties?
Eat my Wheaties. I don't like Wheaties. There's no sugar. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for another episode of Old Friends, New Problems. I'm David.
I'm Dale.
I want to talk about something that I'm a little passionate about right now. Spending time with your kids.
It's important.
You know, and I don't just mean being there with your kid. I mean, really spending time with your kid. I'm running out of time, and mine is going to be flying the coop soon and going off on her own. And it's something I've actually been reflecting on quite a bit lately. And I'm thankful because I've always been very mindful of spending as much time as I possibly can with my kid.
Yeah.
Starting from the very beginning, getting down on the floor with them, no matter how hard it hurts to get back up off of the floor, which it does. But getting down on the floor with them, playing with the Hot Wheels cars, building Legos, sitting on the floor and watching a movie together, going outside, kicking the soccer ball, just really, really playing with your kid. And it kind of bums me out too because I see a lot of people that just don't do that. Everybody's so caught up with just watching their shows and work and oh man, the house has got to be spotless all the time. Excuse me. And I get it, having a clean house is a good thing, but when you are using all of that as reasons to not just take 20, 30 minutes and get down on the floor and play with your kid, it's kind of sad because these moments, you don't ever get them back, you know. Once they're gone, they're gone. Your kid is going to go through these different phases in life, and if you don't soak up and enjoy every one of those minutes that you possibly can, you don't get it back. And life is very different now than what it was when we were younger.
Lots.
A lot of different types of challenges and a lot of different distractions.
Oh.
Cell phones. All the time I see people, going out to dinner, families out to dinner, and they're just everybody's on their phone. Put the phone down. Put it down.
I think it's broken.
It's probably broken. That's okay. But, put the phone down. No one on Instagram is going to appreciate that picture of you with your kid more than you just being there with your kid.
So, if I can add, I think part of it is we as a society have become so wrapped up in experiencing life for ourselves that sometimes you almost, this might be a controversial statement I'm about to make, but you have, FOMO, you have the fear of missing out, but then in the process, you are missing out.
You're missing out.
So it's like, would you rather, are you going to remember watching that one episode that one time, or are you going to remember more going outside and throwing a baseball with your kid?
Yeah. And what's your kid going to remember more?
Oh, yeah. And
know,
somebody once told me too, and I'm sorry to,
No,
to
you're
interrupt
good.
your thought there. Somebody once told me, and I forgot. My wife is the one who brought this to my attention, but so I don't know who said it, but your child's like inner monologue as they grow up is curated based on their childhood. So it's like how they speak to themselves in their head, the things that they wrestle with in their head.
yeah,
These are things that are going to be, their inner monologue as they become an adult, and that's going to be the things that they will play back. So I mean, it's pretty crucial that they have their parents there.
yeah. And I mean, you see it everywhere, especially when you really start looking for it. I mean, if you're on vacation or something like that, there's always they've got to have a picture of everything, and it's like, oh, look at that sunset, and you got your phone up just taking 87 pictures of it. And it's like, sometimes it's okay to just enjoy it with your
Experience.
own eyes.
Yeah.
Put the phone down, stand next to your family, and just look at it together. You don't have to post it. It doesn't have to be posted.
And I know we're talking about, spending time with your kid on this episode, but
Yeah.
that's true with concerts too.
Absolutely. Everybody's got the phone up recording the whole concert. It's like, if you would just sit there and listen to it, you're still going to have it.
Yeah, I mean, recently, and we'll get back to the kids in a second here. I went to a concert years ago, and I've got, probably hundreds of photos and at least a dozen or so videos of the concert, the bands performing. And, I remember it, but like, I haven't really done anything with them. I've got them there,
Yeah.
but like, I don't, what am I doing with them? So this last concert I went to, which was the Reese Brothers, I think we've already discussed it on the earlier episode.
About 8 times.
It's okay. But I said to myself, take a couple pictures, take a couple videos. It's fine, but put the phone down and I'm telling you,
Just enjoy
it changed the
Yeah.
whole. I was just like soaking in the music, and it just changed the experience.
Yeah.
So to pull that back into the episode topic at hand, yes, do you want pictures of your kids? Yes, do
Of
you want
course.
videos of your kids? Yeah, you want
Of
that stuff to
course.
come back to. But your memory, I mean, you want to be able to just to sit there and go, I remember when.
Yeah.
And
And there's something different to be said about when you see it on your video as opposed to actually seeing it with your own two eyes. And what I mean by that is, my kid plays soccer, right? In soccer, a goal can happen really quick, right?
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere. And there's been several occasions where, a parent is sitting there recording it with their phone, and all of a sudden there's a goal, and they're like, oh, I got it on video, but I missed it.
yeah.
And it's like, you didn't actually see it. You saw it through a screen. And that could be petty to some people. They could be, well, you're still seeing it, But to me, it's just different, It's different to just be there experiencing it in it with your own two eyes without the distraction of the cell phone in your hands,
Yeah.
And it's just, it's sad, because you don't get these moments back.
No, and I've got another good example about spending time with your kids. So obviously, I'm a Miami Hurricane fan, and my kid was old enough last season that I wanted to take him to his first game. I was like, hey, we're gonna go to a game. It's gonna be at home. It's got to be a home game. You got to see the tailgating, the atmosphere. It's its own animal. And so I chose to take him to the USF game because in my head I said it's going to be a good quality opponent, but we should win, and we did. It was the highest scoring game we had all season, so that was a good one to take him to. But there was a 2-hour rain delay in the middle of the game, and it was a great experience because he got everything. He got to meet Sebastian at the cane walk. It was this huge thing. It was
Sebastian,
that guy.
the mascot. Okay.
Yeah, so we have a picture of us going like this with Sebastian, which is cool. It's a cool
Yeah.
thing to have, and that's that's taking a picture, but that's the experience.
Yeah.
And one thing I regret in hindsight now is I spent a lot of my time trying to catch that moment, like when Fletcher breaks through the thing and gets
Yeah.
the touchdown, or Tony does this, or Beck does that, and I spent a lot of time on my phone Meanwhile, my kid over here is having the time of his life watching this thing, and he's with his dad, and I'm like, I wish I could take that back, that moment, and just relive it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're gonna do it again this year, and I plan to, I'll take a couple photos, maybe a couple
Yeah, of
videos, but like
course.
we're gonna be in it.
Yeah.
So
Because there's a big difference between, taking a couple pictures and a little video here and there, and then some of these people that are just, if it's not being put on the phone, it doesn't even exist.
yeah. Did you
You know?
even?
And you've got to be present in your kid's life. You have to be there, engaged with your kid, because you and I keep saying it over and over again, but it's so true, and I feel like so many people just miss this point. You don't get that time back. There is nothing in this world you can do to gain time back. You can make more money, you can buy more things, you can go to more places, but you can never get a single second of your time back.
Yeah, as far as I know, the DeLorean from Back to the Future
Yeah.
does not really exist.
It's just not happening.
It's
you
just
know?
a movie.
And it's sad because, that'd be a hot seller. But, order in pizza and get down on the floor and play Legos with your kid.
So one of my favorite pastimes with my oldest and my younger son did it too. Not as much nearly, but those little wooden tracks of
Yeah.
the trains.
Yeah.
And they got like the basic, wooden things that go along them.
Yeah, take over
Dude.
the living room, man.
We had like huge bins.
totes.
Oh yeah, we had all sorts of connection pieces. We had the thing that spun them around so they could go to different tracks. We had all these pieces, and the intricate. I'm talking. He and I would sit there and we would build, and I'd say, "What do you want to do?" And let's put this one. That's a great idea, but let's put that one there.
Yeah.
And we made so many tracks, and I've got pictures after we were done where I'm like, I have to like go into the corner of the room and be like, just to get it all in, and.
Core memory.
Does he remember that? Maybe, but I sure as hell remember it. So I mean, and to me that you could never take that away from me.
No.
That was one of my favorite memories of at least my oldest as a kid. My youngest, again, he did it sometimes, but we only built a couple of tracks with him, and then my daughter had just zero interest. But that's okay.
We all know it's happening. And the only way you're going to stop it is to stop it yourself. But these cell phones are taking over our lives. They really are.
Yeah.
I saw a very interesting video the other day, and it was like showing New York, and I think it was like in the year 2000. And it was just someone on the street with a video camera, just panning back and forth. It was a tourist, in New York, looking at all this different stuff.
Wait, how long ago was this?
I think it was in 2000.
It might have been like this then.
Yeah. So
And if you don't know what I'm doing right here,
yeah, it's the
you're
big
y-
video
you-
camera.
You're young.
Yeah. But they're sitting there recording, and they're just scanning all over the place. And not a single cell phone up to the head.
Well, I mean, what were cell phones even at that point?
But you're seeing these people, and their heads are up while they're walking, and they're actually engaging with people. Hey, how are you? Whatever. And they're talking, and they're walking next to someone talking, and everybody's head is up, looking at where they're going. They looked proud.
Yeah.
And now it's like everybody's just walking like this with their phone in their hand and everything, and it's like we don't even look up anymore.
No, there's so many people that just bump into people because they're not
Yeah.
looking.
Just slamming. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Well, how could you see me? You're
You're
glued to your
buried. You're
phone.
buried into your phone.
And it's just at a certain point you have to realize that you got to take a step back from these things. It's kind of funny because anytime there's a prolonged power outage and or the cell networks go down,
Oh,
which
God.
happens from time to time, but
The router goes out, and you're
Man.
like, oh my.
the panic that ensues. Well, what are we going to do? Well, I don't know. I mean, people survive thousands of years without those things. and it's just, it's such a massive obstruction in our lives now, and you really gotta try to reel it in. I see all the time. You'll be at a restaurant, a kid's throwing a fit. Parent, here, take the tablet. Take the tablet. Here, just be quiet so we can eat.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
And unfortunately, I mean, I'm guilty. We've done that before ourselves, and I hated it because, we didn't want to be that people, or those people, I say. Proper English. English owns me. But, now it's like, so in some restaurants, one of our favorite ones to go to with the kids is Red Robin, because it's a place that they sell
Yum.
they sell enough things that all the kids will eat.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go to 8 different chicken joints for one meal. But I digress. So Red Robin has the little, like, it's not an iPad, but it's like what you pay on, and it's got games on it nowadays. And
Doesn't Chili's do that too?
probably a lot of the big name companies do it. And the unfortunate part of that is that it's another screen, so they'll want to get on it and start playing the game. And that's early on we used to do that, but nowadays we don't even let them. We're like, no, you don't need that. We're here, let's just talk.
Which, you know what? Props to Cracker Barrel.
Oh, they got the
Because Cracker Barrel has the little peg game, and then they've got the table set off to the side with the checkerboard.
Oh, dude, and it's got the big checkerboard pieces, like yay big.
And every time you go in there, you'll see people sitting down playing checkers or playing the peg game together and everything like that.
I love Cracker Barrel. I wish my family liked it more than as much as I do.
But it's great because, I mean, you're sitting down, you're playing a game together with your family, and it's not on a screen. And, you go to some of these places, there's a place out by us, it's Revival Hall Tap Room, and it is a family-focused event place, which, yes, they have a bar. They don't serve hard liquor or anything like that, but they have a ton of stuff for families, bingo, trivia, whatever. I think they do karaoke too, but they have an area with like board games and darts and stuff like that. And I mean, it's nice because the families are in there and they're playing the games.
Yeah.
And we got to do a better job of separating ourselves from this digital world that we live in.
Yeah.
Because you're missing everything.
I tell you what, that's one thing that our family loves is board games. We've got a very small plethora of, or I guess not a small plethora. That's kind of a contradictory statement, but we have a shelf, and it's just nothing but board games. And we've got some games that you never even heard of.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's something different. You have to learn. You have to spend time figuring it out.
Yeah.
And we try our hardest to, as much as we can, have game nights. And thankfully, we've got a couple of friends that have some kids, and they like to play board games, so we'll play the board games. And then it's weird because we have keep it vague here. We've got people that have come over into our lives to visit our house, and they're not board game people, and it's just so weird to me because it's like, what do you do then? Like, do you just sit there and watch TV? Do you just sit there and stare at each other and just talk, or like how does that work?
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that my kids love board games. The frustrating part with it is when they're younger, the learning process sucks. It absolutely is the worst because
you can't put your piece there. You have to put it there. Why not?
Like, you can't
because it just goes there. But why? Because it goes there. I don't want to put it there. I want to put it over here. Look, I don't make the rules, but the rule is you got to put it right there.
Yes, you have to draw 4. I'm sorry, it's the rules.
Sorry, draw 4 or Uno. Uno will break up many families.
Yeah. One of the things my kid is we play Sorry, and my youngest will get very upset. He feels like he's getting targeted.
Oh, it's an attack.
But I tell you what though, and I've told him before. We recently played. We're like within the last couple of weeks we
Yeah.
played. Sorry, and I said, buddy, yours is the only one that makes sense to do this to. I'm so sorry. And he starts getting kind of a fit, and I'm like, look, you might still win. Hand to God, like 5 minutes later, he won, and he was so excited. And I stopped him. I said, see,
Yeah.
I knocked your piece off, but guess what? Guess who won?
I can't believe you knocked this piece off.
I know. I'm such a bad father.
Terrible. And don't play Monopoly if you're like at a certain age.
I love Monopoly.
You have to stop playing Monopoly because it becomes violently aggressive.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, I'm bankrupting you. Like, you're going to jail. Like, you're evicted. It's my money. Get out. And that can turn ugly too. So Uno, no. Just don't play Uno with your family. Because I remember playing Uno with my family, and we would adapt the rules to where you could stack cards.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah.
Wait, and what? An Uno?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So draw 4, draw 4, draw 4, draw 4, draw 2, reverse, skip, draw 2, and you'd be down to like 3 cards, and then you got 30.
So here's the thing, though. Uno, I don't know what brand makes Uno. I don't, it's maybe Hasbro. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I remember the official Uno like Twitter account or X account or social social media account it was posted something about you can't do something on a whatever, and somebody commented, it was like, you made the cards.
Yeah,
we make the rules.
Yeah, you don't know. Okay, we will play your game the way we're going to play your game.
Uno is like spades. There's house rules, and then there's like the standard rules.
I remember one time playing Uno with my cousin, who's my age, when we were younger, and Uno would get bad. And Mike, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, buddy. It was nothing personal.
Hi, Mike.
But you had to go down. And I'm not kidding when I tell you this. We had one Uno game one time that went for 4 hours. It got ugly.
Wow.
And we don't talk anymore, oddly enough. No. But Uno, Monopoly, you got to be careful with those when you hit a certain age because it turns ugly, But no, I mean, play the games with your kids. Go out and kick the ball with your kid. Throw the ball, If your kid plays football, it's a wonderful opportunity for you to just tackle them. I mean,
there you go.
Take them down.
Have you seen those videos?
I know where you're
The
going
moms?
with this. Yes.
Those are some of the best videos.
It's amazing. We should link it into our.
We'll see what we can do. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you haven't seen the videos, I think you could probably just Google or go to YouTube and just type in like parents versus their kids.
I think it was a middle school football team.
But the kid is fully kitted out
They're
in
in
like the
full
football
gear.
gear, and the moms are just in yoga
street
pants and
clothes.
like whatever, and they're just absolutely like just breaking ankles.
Mama gets to tackle them.
Dude, it's so
And,
good.
I mean, when you want to talk about mom not holding back, one kid got straight up body slammed. I mean, I'm not talking just plowing into him and taking him down. I'm talking she lifted and went down. And I mean, just feet up in the air. And that is hilarious. I love it.
It's funny that we knew where we were going with that one.
And my kid plays soccer, and
Can't exactly.
I got to be careful now because my kid is faster, stronger, and more aggressive than I am. So, getting shoulder checked by her, it'll take you off your feet. So I'm like, all right, I gotta be a little careful now because not what I used to be.
You wake up the next morning, you get out of bed, and you're like, feeling great today. You go to the other bed, you're like, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Pull a muscle before you even get out of the bed, tweak your back, and that's it for like 3 days.
Yep.
So, but no, I mean, when the weather's nice, every chance we get, I come home from work, and look, trust me, with my line of work, you come home from work, you're tired. You're physically tired. You just want to go in, put your feet up, chill in front of the TV or whatever, and relax. No, you got 17 years with your kid in the house before they go out on their own. Come home from work, put your stuff down, Go out in the front yard, kick the ball with your kid for 20, 30 minutes. They won't forget it.
Yeah.
Your kid will not forget it.
It's funny. It was on my Facebook memories 7 years ago. My oldest, we were at dinner and he was complaining because he couldn't get his iPad. So I said, "Hold on, buddy, give me a second." And I ran upstairs, grabbed a piece of cardboard about yay big, cut a huge square out of it, and at the top I wrote in Sharpie, Apple, EYEPAD. And I handed it to him and I said, "Here's your iPad, buddy." And I thought he was going to complain and moan. He goes, "Look how real this is. This is realistic." And he was joking with it, but I'm like, it's silly. It didn't cost me but a cent or two from the cardboard that we already had and just cut it out. And it was hilarious, but it was something, he'll remember that.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be in there. So.
But your kids remember when you're actually present and involved in this stuff. And like I said, I know we got to take our pictures here and there, and a quick little video or something like that. But put the phone down, get down on the floor, play with your kids. Have a pillow fight with your kid. Joke around. Be there in the present, because you don't have as much time as you think you do, and when it's gone, it's gone. And we're out of time too. So, just what I would like to know is, what are some of your favorite things to do with your kid? Shoot us some comments, and try to, when you give your answer for this, nothing electronic. No, all right, if you're sitting down playing video games with your kid, it's kind of the same thing as being on the screens. I want to know what your favorite thing to do is, where you're actively involved with your kid without screens or technology.
I know we said we were about to go. One more quick thought on that.
Yeah.
Here's a pro tip. If you want something fun to do, and you can absolutely wallop on your kids and it won't hurt. Unless you hit them in the ears. That's a key note. I get hit in the ears all the time, and my ears ring for like 10 minutes. Go buy yourself 2 or 3 of those long pool noodles. Cut them about, 2 feet long. Wrap one end about this much of it in duct tape. You have a sword. And you just go have a sword fight with your kids. I'm telling you, the amount, we have like 4 of them. They look like lightsabers because we put the little buttons on the bottom, whatever. It's all tape, but it looks like a button. And we'll just sit there and just absolutely just nail each other with them, and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Unless you hit them in the ears, then it hurts.
Summertime, squirt gun fight. But you get the better squirt gun, because you're the one buying it. So you give your kid a little dinky one, the pew, pew, pew. And then you get like the Super Soaker 5000 and just blast them.
Yeah.
Always gotta have the upper hand, though.
So let us know, your non-electronic devices of things that you do with your kid.
Actively engaged, having a good time with your kid.
And you know what? You're doing a great job out there.
Keep it up. You don't have much time left. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.